far smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk Uncensored today. Y'all seen my co-host? Y'all seen him? Tell him I said pull up and call me back. We got the music on. Oh, you want me to sing? Want me to clear my throat and my chakras at the same time? What up, though? Let me jump in here and try to get y'all on my little Facebook page. Happy Monday to you, white man. What's good?
I have issues with the phone.
Oh, do you?
Well, sort of, but I fixed it.
You got it. Okay. Happy day after. Happy Easter Monday. How was your Easter?
Normal. I was here at the studio, or I was working elsewhere.
Working.
Yeah.
You remember back in the day when we wasn't working? Easter was burning hair, dyeing eggs. I haven't dyed an egg in God knows how long. I think since my children told me to stop dyeing them. I think they were like 15 when they was like, "Ma, enough is enough."
Well, I'm not 15, so
I know that, dude. But look, because you're single with no kids, like, do you have any Easter traditions that you still celebrate?
No.
No.
I treat Easter like a normal day.
Do you?
Yeah, my mom still has that, go to church and all that stuff. I'm not a full fan of, the church thing.
Really?
Yeah.
At all?
I mean,
never have been, or have you grown to?
I've grown out of it.
To not. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go, because my mom, she's full on in, and I'm not that highly religious. But that's just me. Does
your mother make sure that you have those? Does she go to church on Palm Sunday?
Yeah. As of, due to COVID, situations, no. But, she does the online thing. And I mean, she's more religious than me. So, I mean, she's,
That's why I miss my mama. She used to make sure, I'll tell y'all, I didn't do Easter. I did it when I was younger and the choice wasn't mine. But when the choice became mine, I refused to do Easter only because all the saints in my court, all the saints that don't come to church regularly are there on Easter. They want to show off their outfits. They want to bring all the kids. They got all the grandkids, and it's just too much for me. It's too much. I'm one of them people like to get in and get my praise on, and I sneak in the back in my uniform because I work night shift. So I used to sneak in the back of my uniform in the morning and get what I need to get and get up out of there. Because if any of the pomp and circumstance, any of the videos, I'm going to use all these terms, start happening, I'll be ready to go.
Which is understandable. I mean, but again, for me, maybe because of the fact of how you interpret this, things that go on, I'm Roman Catholic, so things with the Roman Catholic Church and or any church in particular, whatever you see on television. I just feels like, look, I don't need hypocrisy. I don't want to deal with what you're trying to preach to me affect what's going on in society. It doesn't make sense. And then you counter it by doing the thing that you're claiming to be preaching against. It doesn't make sense to me. So that's why, that whole point of following false prophets, sticks in my head more so than anything. But yeah, look, I follow the path, and it's like, look, as long as my mom and dad knows the fact I'm doing all right, and I'm not doing something crazy and hurting people and all that stuff, I think they respect whatever. So even though my mom would say, "I want you to go to church,"
of course,
and all this is like, but again, going to, as they say, going to a church doesn't mean that you're religious. You're just going there to hear something that another person is explaining themselves to, which is to me, it's like,
is that how you see it?
Yeah. I mean, mind you, for years, I just like, I'm trying to understand where he's coming from. And there's been certain messages that, the priest will say, and I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? You just like, that's what you're left with. And even though it's like, and even though they're trying to explain it to you, but really it's like, it's not for me. It's, it's, again, it's, like I said, if someone, mind you, everyone says the Bible is the self-help book that everyone needs to read.
Some people.
But the thing is, it's like, you read it and it's like, ain't for me.
And you've read the Bible.
Certain passages here and there.
Do you understand what you're reading?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you.
No, I'm asking because I heard you say that you didn't understand what he's preaching. Like, he was like, what the hell are you talking about? And you never. Okay, let me say this. There was a time when I used to go to church, right? And I sit there as a symbol of a person. I would sit there, I would be present, my eyes would be open, my ears would be open, but I'll be thinking about any and everything, right? Until one day, I cannot tell you why I picked up my Bible, because I used to read it, and it was a bunch of, it was Spanish / whatever other language, because
you didn't get the King James version.
I of course, but I got the old one, like the old one. I didn't get the new old one, because there's a new old one and the old one. I got the one. I didn't get the one that you can read like, "Hey, how you doing?" I didn't get that one. But one night I was in my bedroom and I picked my Bible up and I read it and I understood everything. It was like stereo. Like, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know. Maybe my mother, her prayers were working, or maybe my understanding or my comprehension had changed in that time frame. But from that last Sunday to whatever night that was, that joint read to me like the newspaper. And I was able to understand now how people apply, what they read. There's the difference for me. You know what I'm saying? That is, they want you to find a way to make then fit now. And when it's explained properly, but then again, it's open to interpretation.
That too. So again, there's again, when you try to preach to me with whatever verses in the Bible, and especially in certain situations in society, like, again, I never understood the fact of, a white man after owning black people, white people, or Asians, whatsoever. It's in the Bible. Show it to me. Yeah, I didn't see anywhere where you start discriminating against people with various sexual orientations. It's in the Bible. Show it to me. And they have nothing. And those people, I always try to ask them that, and they'll sit there and say, but it's in the Bible. It's like, show it to me. Tell me a verse. Explain it to me. Why would, quote unquote, God be against someone who's, want to have sex with another man or another woman? Explain that to me. It's like, it's love, isn't it? Doesn't God want to preach love? They're just two people who are in love, even though they're the same sex. And next thing you know, it's like, well, it's in the Bible. It says, man and woman shouldn't be together. Okay, that means that man wrote this book, right? And they'll freeze up. They'll not say anything, or but it's still in the Bible. And it's like, but man wrote the Bible, right? Because some man didn't like to see one man being with another man, or saw what a woman didn't want to be with another woman. It's like, dude, you haven't seen Pornhub yet? But that's a whole nother story.
my God. Oh, my God.
The thing is the fact of, why would you, something that happened half a billion centuries ago, affect your life today? Because things change, things evolved, and the Bible hasn't. And then that's to me, I feel like is kind of, I feels like that needs more changing than anything. It's just like, even though it's the like I said, the self-help book that everyone needs to read, but at the same time, it's like, well, this self-help book hasn't changed in God knows how long. It'll help you in certain situations, but I feel it's like for modern day times, it may be there for you, depending on, because certain situations may all be the same. But when it comes to trying to implement this into modern day society, it does not help. And I feel it's contradicted.
I find from knowing you for the last 2+ years, I find that you, how can I put this to be kind? I mean, where it's not harsh, but it comes across as though you are against anything traditional. Like, because I've heard you say several times, like, if things are changing, let it. Like, things are evolving, let it. Like, is there anything that you can name that has happened prior to your coming that you will carry on or agree with or still participate in? Because it comes across as though anything old is old, and
I don't know.
No, you come across it that way.
I come across that. I'll reiterate it in this way. I'm not a traditionalist. I believe
that's clear.
So, except for certain, I'm not. Let's put this. I'm not a full-on traditionalist. There are certain things like I'm watching baseball and in the back of my eye, and there are certain things in baseball I wish things stayed the same. But at the same time, I believe in evolution. I believe in things that you can't stay the same. You can't keep things stagnant because it will die. And I feel that there are things in today's society, you can kind of tell is like things are evolving, things are moving. That's why I say people's like this. It's time for a change, and I feel like a lot of things need to change so that way everybody can survive. Unfortunately, now we're getting political.
Let's go.
I feel that if you, like I recently saw last week tonight with John Oliver, great show. He deserved those
You
Emmys.
put me on that. So, yeah.
So, and he mentioned a fact about 2 weeks ago about infrastructure over in China and how things are over there. Now, mind you, we all know it's a communist country. It's, their prime minister's, what he is, they call him Pooh Bear, all that stuff. But the thing is like, but China is progressing. And to me, it's like they're the 21st century superpower. Here in America, we keep claiming ourselves we're still number one and all that stuff. But really, it's like you look around, it's like, no, we're not. We're still stagnant. Look at our government. We do things, we start progressing, and especially in these 20 years when we had W. Bush, Obama, fuckhead, and now Biden. and when Obama took over W. Bush, I literally told people, it's like, we finally got ourselves a 21st century president. A guy who will try to lead this country into the 21st century, started building things, started structuring things to, build up to help us progress into the 21st century from here on out. Next thing you know, half of this dumbass country start voting for a dumb nut who doesn't know politics, who fucked up everything, took away all the stuff that Obama set up for, and pretty much brought us back again, trying to make America great again, and brought us back into, again, a 20th century mentality and set up to where, again, it does not work.
So where or why Why can't there be half and half? Why can't there be some evolution? And why can't there be some shit that you just keep because it works?
Okay.
Like to me, if you're gonna replace everything with something new, this is where you don't have years or decades or moments of proof that this shit worked. Like we are really blind. When you throwing out all this old shit and replacing it with new shit, you get what you get. And guess what? In the midst of getting what you're getting, we're still living. We're still having to navigate our way through that. But some shit, in my mind, if it is not broken, don't fix it. Like I think some traditional things, I think because they work, it should be solid. And if you're gonna replace it with something, you better have something.
Yeah, have something there.
And people don't have nothing there. They just have their feelings.
Here's the thing. Let's say there are certain things I feel that again should stay the same. There are a few things out there that should stay the same. But then again, there are things that to help. For me, where I see it, help America grow further, you have to move on. One, of course, is the way the way we govern, the way the voting process is like, why try to vote for one day and get everything done in one day? And what we saw is everyone's voted within 2 weeks. And then we had the result by the end of the actual election day. That's evolution to me. That's where I feel a lot of other countries took maybe 2 weeks or a week to try to get their elections done. But we started a process within at least a good 2 week period, and we allowed absentee balloting and all that stuff. And it's like, this is how we should be doing this. So, and again, that is progress. We took a traditional thing and it evolved. Instead of but again, you want some. This nut job who wants us like, well, we need to know one day. We should do it in one day. And it's like, no, you got people who, again, have kids, can't get out of work and all that stuff. And also we have online stuff. So again, why in the world we want to trying to find a way to take a day off or leave work early to vote, be in line, vote, and then at the same time you got this dumbass governor in Georgia who wants to stop the process and say, hey, you need to vote between a 9 to 5 period. That's the time I work, dude. Nope, you didn't want to do that. So again,
that I understand, but I listen to you week after week after week or month after month, even year after year. You come up with it appears okay. My deduction from your speech is that fuck everything that's old and let's do everything that's new. But what I'm going to tell you I find in that is I find this shit is upside down. I find the same way that I feel like, vaccine. Mm-hmm. It is people's prerogative, whether they take it or not, right? The reasons that I have not, I don't trust the shit. It ain't been around long enough. It's enough. And people say, oh, it's okay because guess what? So was broccoli until it wasn't. So was all these medications that they have lawsuits for. Who knew that Johnson & Johnson baby powder will have you with chest burn and lung damage? Who knew? But we was fucking that shit up. Your kids was doing it. Was putting it on your pillow, or you was putting it on your mattress. When it was time for whatever, you was doing everything with it, and now you won't touch it because it causes whatever it causes. And that's how I see when you want to replace every God-given thing with something new. I feel like we have to. I'm here for these lawsuits. Kim Lawn, the great people who was doing your weeds. Everybody was using Kim Lawn, and guess what? Now Kim Lawn causes cancer. But you was frolicking and shit in that same grass. Everybody was paying the Kim Lawn people, and now they have a commercial out. So I liken. I hope you see what I'm doing here. I liken like full on evolution with that. Like you need to take some time, bro. Like you need to just go see something. And what I want to say to you is, if you are gonna if you're free to do what you want and feel how you feel. Let me first say that. But if you want Asian shit, go to Asia. If you want their evolution and you want how they rock, you want how they do their thing, go the fuck over there. Because America is what it is. And our progression is our progression. Like we ain't gonna never have a whole bunch of dicks on the wall. Maybe because some people feel that way, but you can go to Italy. You can go to Italy and find dicks on the wall. You can go look at the Sistine Chapel and see 2 men fucking. Like you could do all that shit in in Italy and all that. Go do that shit there, because for real, here No, I'm so serious. Because here, no. Hi, how y'all doing? Thank y'all.
I want to say a brief thing. Fuck traffic in the DMV.
I know it. It's shitty. It's shitty. I was in traffic going from my exit, which is like 19 to 7. You know how long it took me to get from that exit? It took me almost an hour.
Yeah, shit is crazy out here.
And I live in. I'm here. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
What up, though? I said, look. We was talking about traditional Easter stuff, just tradition. Like I was asking him a lot of shit. You know, did you watch the Verzuz last night?
Yeah, I caught glimpses of it.
Did you watch the Verzuz last night?
Yo, it had you feeling kind of groovy.
I just need some gray. I need some gray in my beard because that man, everybody MC him today.
Oh man, everybody love
Black Twitter is mad at Steve Harvey. Black Twitter mad.
Why are they mad at
Black Twitter said that he usurped his authority last night and took his opportunity to lie to us for 3 hours. Like he was making up stories just to be involved, and he didn't let these people do their thing. He was sucking his own dick all night.
So is that fair to say that's how Steve Harvey is anyway?
Yeah, but Black Twitter didn't like it. When you got two legends in the building, they like,
should have let them
you supposed to shut the fuck up.
Steve Harvey shouldn't have been there. He just.
I thought he added to the show.
I thought it was nice. I like D Nice in the background. Like I agree with the setup. Steve Harvey, I'm used to talking. Because I didn't see him on several things. I didn't see him. He's real talk. He's 100% old music head. He just is. He is one of those people, and he was in his element last night, and it didn't bother me. They was annoyed. I wasn't annoyed.
I think if you notice the two groups, they really wasn't talkative. Like if it wasn't for Steve, he kept it going. You know what I'm saying? I know people wanted to hear a song back to back to back, but they putting on a show. And I think they put on a good show.
My man with the guitar. My man, look, he was going to play his shit. And my man was going to sing over time. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say?
That's all I'm going to say.
Hands down the best Verzuz by far.
By far.
Definitely.
Anything after that, I think King Kong and Godzilla got one coming up. But anything after that, you're going to step your game up.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? Because anything else. Who else do you have out there that you want to put in the Verzuz, you would like to see in a Verzuz battle?
Anyone, because I didn't really see them two last night until I saw them. Like, and that shit was fire.
Who do you put against New Edition in a Verzuz battle?
I don't like New Edition, so
what?
I don't know. I'm not a New Edition fan.
Oh, damn.
Johnny Gill, yes.
The only this is for my sister. The only group that will go up against New Edition is New Kids on the Block. Honestly, you can laugh, but honestly, that's the only one.
His face is killing me. I don't know about that.
That was a wild card one right there.
Listen, I didn't even see him coming over.
Look, the white folks need to be on Verzuz too. Come on.
No, but then get them some white people to do their verses.
They can't battle us.
I used to like New Kids on the Block. Trust me, I knew a couple of their songs back then because I was forced to. It wasn't nobody else around, and boy bands was like a white people thing. It was like New Edition stood there, but those was my sister's people. That wasn't my time. So I didn't really.
I respect that.
Johnny Gill, yes, but like the whole group, I didn't fuck all of them. I liked Candy Girl, and that probably was it. Like, because they was kids and I was a kid. So
you think Jodeci? Oh no, it's 290s. 290s.
No,
you put Jodeci against what is that?
What's them twins' name?
Can you put them against Boys II Men?
What's them twins' name? It's two brothers in there, and then somebody else.
Casey, JoJo.
No, the twins.
What group is that? Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's not Jagged Edge. Is it Jagged Edge? It's Jagged Edge.
I was going to sing the song.
You just start singing the song?
Yes, I had to think of the words. But Jagged Edge. I did. I got online last night against New Edition.
No.
I mean, against Jodeci. I'm sorry. Against Jodeci.
Okay.
Didn't they already do one though? And it flopped bad.
Jagged Edge. Yeah, but they was the one with the terrible audio. Right,
but you know what's funny? Teddy Riley was I thought about this when I went home. Teddy Riley was ahead of his time. What he tried to pull off,
I agree,
is what they're doing now. And if Verzuz would have backed him up and actually supported him and his idea like they're doing now, I think that and that Babyface one would have been epic.
Facts.
It would have been epic. And I think that they should have just waited.
They was rushing things. They just wanted to see it. But now I think they got their group. Can we get a rematch? Will they do a rematch?
They should.
I
that
think
fair to
I-
say?
They
I think
should.
They
Do a
should
rematch.
perform, and they should
They
perform.
You know what I mean? That'll be a dope.
Gosh, we on this whole shit again today.
The what shit? What
My
is it?
live video's interrupted.
Okay.
I went online and I asked
What you?
a simple question:
Okay.
Kiki Wyatt or Patti LaBelle, and another one.
I ain't like I had Jasmine Sullivan. mixed
Jasmine
up.
Sullivan,
I
somebody
meant
said.
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson. Like we was going there with it, and I think
saw the vocals.
but
Okay.
Kiki is on top of the mountain looking down. She a whole Capricorn, checking out everybody.
Is that why you see her sitting on top of the mountain? Because she a whole Capricorn. Is that why she's sitting on top of the mountain?
Kiki, no one can fuck with Kiki. I would put every
so
dollar
there's a couple
I
people
have.
who-
Over Patty. And
Yeah, that's what I
Over
said. There's
Patty.
a couple reasons why she went on top. One, her name is Kiki.
Hey,
you
coincidental.
notice the common denominator.
Coincidental.
And then she's a Capricorn on
You
top of
heard
that.
this motherfucker sing?
She can sing.
I ain't taking nothing away from
This
her singing
girl's
now.
throat, like she should pour gold down it.
said throat?
She's a throat baby. No,
Really?
you should pour gold down her throat, and when she gone from here, it should be memorialized somewhere. Shawty is like that,
Okay.
and unmatched vocally. She's the
Anybody out there-
lyricist. Like Shawty,
Anybody out there feel that there's any validity to what Kiki is saying right now?
fight me and debate me and put your money up.
Ooh.
Patty won. Jennifer
No.
2. Then Kiki.
What?
Yep.
Jennifer Hudson ain't got,
Jennifer
but Kiki
Jennifer does-
range is trifling. Shorty goes up and down the scale while she jogging up 7 miles and back without missing a beat.
Really?
Bro, I'm gonna do it. I wish we could find this video that she did. She was Kiki Wyatt was singing. If you can find it, Kiki Wyatt was singing while she was getting dressed. I think she was singing "Happy Birthday" or something. Shorty was fucking up "Happy Birthday," and she was getting dressed and she was doing whatever.
Did you
And
hear Patty sing the ABCs?
Hold on. There's another one. I can't forget her fucking name, what her name is. She plays in Snowfall as the daughter's mother. I can't remember her name. Big. What was she? Was a big, huge chick. I can't. She sang the song Grapevine. Oh, I can't get. Somebody help me out there. Somebody help me.
Snowfall,
Yeah, it was on. She played on Snowfall, and like, yo, she was the.
Fat Girl.
Was it Snowfall? Wait a minute. It wasn't Snowfall. I'm sorry. What the fuck? What was it I watched? I watched so much shit. I'm just lost right now. I'm really hooked on Snowfall, so I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. I'll get back to y'all in a minute. Give me a minute. I'm having.
Meanwhile, it's like soon as you get on something, that's what you on. It's like
Yeah, I binge watch the shit. I don't like watching shit like the day it comes on. Like I'd rather sit back and let a whole season pass and then just sit there. And binge
Too many
watch
people
the
talk on
shit.
Facebook. When something popular, I can't watch the shit.
Yeah.
When people start talking about it on Facebook, I just be like, I wait. I
I
can't.
do several seasons. Like I'll wait. Right, I watched this.
Oh no! Okay, I just thought of what it was. It was American Soul, the Soul Train show. You know what I mean? And she was the daughter's.
Kelly Price,
Yes, she got range. She got lungs.
but she's low. Her register is low. Look, I'm trying to teach y'all some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about lower register people, Tony Braxton is lower register. So her and Jasmine Sullivan will be perfect because they both sing in that lower register. They don't have as much range.
I'll
Mariah Carey, before her smoking whatever she was smoking and screwing up her voice, her and her mom was the top reigning people. You got it?
Yeah.
The top reigning people out here who could tear the scale up, and nobody was fucking with them. I'm talking about dog whistle. That's how high their range was, and they could go through them scales back and forth, and nobody was fucking with them. I think her mom was a teacher. She was a vocal teacher. But other than them, like Kiki done came up, baby.
Okay.
She up high and low. Kelly Price can sing, but she's low. She can get up in probably mid, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could find like a soprano down to a baritone, then you probably can set them next to Kiki because that's what she is.
Okay.
She ain't better than Patty.
She's way better than Patty.
better
Patty
than
is
Patty.
like
She's
that.
better than
Shit
Patty.
me. You found it? Hey!
Yeah, because I don't think she's better.
You started singing while you're dressing, so I started taping while you're dressing. Come on.
Is all
know. He watching. Oh, what is it? Oh, but me. Oh, I say. We don't gotta do nothing else because she's gonna kill it from the beginning to the end. Shorty's like that.
I didn't say she wasn't like that. I'm just saying, Patty.
I'm kind of surprised she didn't burp and fart.
Because she does that too. She does that for no reason. She's one of them. Now, Patty is good. I like Patty. Patty was
great.
Patty is amazing. However, Kiki is better. Period.
You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion.
But you got to prove it to me. You just got to prove it. You just going to have to side by side the shit.
All I got to do is say
you got to find something that will eat that. And she ain't even in a concert. She's shitting around, getting dressed. If you got a video of Patty cooking a patty pie and Patty is doing
she might have did that for the verses.
See, Nikki said Kiki's range is better. Tweety said she got chills. I'm telling you, Shorty is fire. I want to replace her with someone, but I can't. And I just can't. I'm not saying like to me you can flip because Toni Braxton can sing too. And Kelly Price can sing too. And Jasmine Sullivan is they fucking beast. But they just don't got that range, shorty. They stay here. You got to come up here.
You got to stay where you're good at.
Yeah.
So
when you can do all of it, you're fucking amazing, which is Kiki Wyatt. You got some Patty over there? He looking for Patty?
Are you looking for Patty?
Look for some Patty.
Looking for something.
Look for some Patty. You can sing Over the Rainbow, ABC, 1, 2, 3. Her and Gladys Knight, right? Mm-hmm. And that was unfair.
You sure?
It didn't. The audio is hot.
What the fuck is this?
That was from Gunline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had a spinning game for
really.
That gas.
I wish I could have played. I just want the fucking vodka or the cognac. How about that?
You need to get a Real Talk Uncensored wheel.
Let's do that.
Range wise, Kiki is on, but nothing tops Patty. Jasmine says she's the OG and legend that paved the way. Patty has a better performance. We are not speaking of performance, and we will definitely give Patty her way. But sit down, Miss LaBelle. Kiki in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiki Wyatt.
You know what?
Now, men, I'm funny about men. I'm funny about men who can sing. Dave Hollister does it for me. That's it.
But is he still the same Dave Hollister today?
Dave Hollister voice. Yes.
Okay.
You make me want to drop mine and throw him across the room. That's all I know.
Damn. All right. Well, hey.
You name a male vocalist.
If just in case, if you're kicking it with Kiki, turn on some Dave Hollister. She's gonna throw her panties across the room. It is. Yeah.
Blueprint.
That's the second pair. Because if you're kicking it with me,
you better take notes. You better be taking notes right now.
I ain't wearing none if you're kicking it with me.
That's right. Wait a minute. She don't even wear them anyway. We're not going there. Damn it. All right. Hey, man, so I want to definitely take a moment for DMX. The demons have got back to him. He overdosed.
Did he die?
No. But, they said limited brain function. So, he's on the machine.
Life support for a little while.
He's still on. No, that was false. That was false reports. He never came off life support.
I was reading that, but I was thinking that he was good. Like people was going on him.
His kids got there today, and they were allowed to see him one at a time. When you say limited brain function, they're like, yo, he had a heart attack when he overdosed. He had a heart attack.
So he's in a veggie state.
Yeah, he's in a veggie state right now. They got limited brain function, so that's not looking good. And from what I understand, when you have limited brain function, you damn near brain dead. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Well, at least limited is a positive. Like there's still some function. So
They're saying-
God is a healer.
Yeah,
And sometimes he got to
I'm
take
not
you to the depths of the ground and help you understand. Put that shit down.
Man, but how many times, you know, in some ways, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the situation, but dog, you know what I mean? I get it. You have a problem with this substance abuse thing. You know what I mean? And to lose your life, to lose a mind like that, to lose an iconic star like that over getting high. He's not the first, and shit, he won't be the last. But
And
damn.
the crazy part is he's actually been like, since that Verzuz with Snoop,
He been clean.
He's been in the media a lot. He's done a bunch of podcasts, you know, just getting his word. He's got his face back out there. He actually said on the Drink Champs is the podcast with Noriega.
Yeah.
He's damn near already done with his new album. He was about to release a new album.
Yeah, but you know that
It's
demon,
crazy.
It's them demons.
that demon get to calling you.
Damien,
and
ain't that
that
the
was
song?
it. Yeah, and this time he went overboard.
I saw one of the most pettiest posts. I didn't know if I wanted to laugh or cry.
What was it?
Somebody put DMX can't go because I still didn't get the answers what these bitches want from a nigga.
I'm gonna laugh. You can't take them. We need answers. We need answers.
I'm gonna do this so you can't see what my facial expression is.
Yeah, but you still laughing though.
'Cause
We know you laughing.
No, I just don't want to.
No, I'm
God dang
laughing.
it.
I think that shit was funny. I'm gonna laugh at it. Yeah, it was hilarious. But you know,
Oh, forgive me.
I mean,
he listen. It happens. I don't know what's.
Yeah, it's hard to describe the mindset of a person that is an addict. He's
Well,
still you know.
I'm gonna try because. You know, everybody know I like mayonnaise and cheese.
we're all addicted to something.
That's an addiction. I have to have it on everything, right?
Mayonnaise and cheese.
Correct. And penis. But check this out. I'm addicted to dick. Like I just am. I go through my time. I go through times where ain't a jar of mayonnaise in the house, and I will get out the bed and go get me some. There's some time when I ain't got no cheese, and I feel there's something inside me. I'm sad, but the mind of an addict, I think a dependent drug addict.
This dick.
What the sound? What in the sound drop was that?
That was straight from left field. Oh my god!
I like that. I should have recorded that. On my
Oh my god! Okay.
give some ringtones to somebody.
Oh my god!
But it's a hard thing to do. Like being recovering is hard to do because you got to realize all the shit that you do in the midst of your drunken or high or whatever state you're in. That shit still is there when you are sober. So some people can't deal with that. You got to deal with who you hurt. You got to go back and you got to try to make amends. You got to try to straighten your life up. You got to try to give answers to people that you don't have because you was out of your mind during that time. And that's sometime in life. When them bills catch up, because guess what? You've been chilling for years, getting high and stealing shit and not paying and evading. And a person with that high profile name, IRS will come. You know, I'm not saying that's the case, but I can just imagine like the load that he probably was carrying trying to be sober, which is why he was getting up trying to work again. But you know, all the kids you got and baby mamas ain't got no love for you. I need the child support, like, and the arrears are serious.
Yeah, they are. Oh, excuse me.
I'm just throwing out there things I don't know for a fact. Like, don't.
Suffer from what was it? PTSD.
Yeah,
They saw the I saw the Rough Riders documentary and he went through it as a child.
Yeah, he did.
He went through it. And
Yeah.
you can he's still hurt, and you could probably tell it's probably a coping mechanism.
He's still carrying that pain from a child, and that's just what
Is
it
it
is.
still crack?
It has to. Well, that was my question.
Is it still crack? Can you still
was his
fight?
choice of drug? You know what I mean? Somebody turned him on, and that's how he got turned out to crack. But if that's his choice of drug, they didn't say what he OD'd on, but from past, he was. I really don't want to call him that, but he was a crackhead.
Yeah, he said somebody when he grew up, somebody laced a blunt and put crack in it. He thought it was weed.
Yeah.
And that's the first time he ever hit crack and got turned out.
Yeah, and ever since then you chasing it. But I've never seen a crackerhead OD. But I'm not saying it's not
That's
possible.
what I'm trying to understand. Like,
Well, it's like cocaine. Like you can OD over cocaine. You see people. It happen all the time.
I understand a heart attack. If you're smoking it like incessantly,
your heart is racing 1,000 miles a minute.
It will give out. But once again, the positive note is that I like to hear that he has some brain function. So
He has a little brain function.
there's, God is a healer. He is, and
Yeah, it's in his hands right now, and that's all. If God feels like it's time for him to go home,
He
it's
in
time for him to
control.
go home, man. I mean, you'll never have another DMX out there ever again.
you won't.
I mean, never.
Arf, arf.
Yeah, it was my nigga. That's my dog.
He still is.
dog.
He with us still.
Yep. So I appreciate what Rough Riders did. They went to the hospital, you know what I mean, and they were out there blasting music, blasting his music, and it was loud enough. And the nurses was loud enough. If he could hear it, he would hear his music.
That was dope.
So that was dope. You know what I mean? They were out
was
there. It was a
dope.
big thing, man. A lot of people were out there supporting. And tonight there's a visual at the hospital in White Plains. There's a visual, and they're going to be showing up. And
You know what's weird though? People
support your brother.
No, you gotta support me when I'm alive though. Like have that same. This
But I
is
think
just
they did
in
with
this.
him. They did though. With DMX, they still supported him. Man.
No, I'm talking about like.
I get what you're saying. I can see where you're
I
going.
wanted him to know that people loved him. Like I just want, like some people don't know, which is why they go to those depths and they sink in despair like that, because the love that you get in that hospital probably ain't the shit that he was getting every day, and some people need it.
Well, I think with him is you really had an addiction. He has an addiction. You know what I mean? And that's far greater than anything that controls you. And if you're not on it every day to take care of it or work at it, you know what I mean, it's going to get the best of you. And I think that's what happened. I don't think that he's walking around and thinking that people don't love him or didn't show him love. I'm just thinking that maybe, that addiction just was like, it was too powerful.
I think, like I said, I think since from the Verzuz battle, he was getting nothing but love. Like people was starting to giving him his flowers. You know what I'm saying?
You think he knew?
I think he knew, because I from the interviews that I've recently heard him on, he's aware. It sounded like he was aware. I can't speak 100% for him, but I mean with that, the body only could take so much.
Exactly.
I don't care. Like I mean, you can do whatever choice of drug you want to do. You don't know how your body's going to react.
Exactly.
I want Trump to just try something. Just try a laced blunt. Just try, like, God, please leave DMX and take. No.
Nah, just stick something in. Why don't you just stick something in Trump's vein? This call of the day.
No,
Just bang.
I wanna-
Hit him with a speedball in his vein. He'll be all right. You know what I mean?
God, no. Please.
Yeah, we wishing bad on that.
That's what I said.
Somebody said, you remember when, it's on delay, right? The chat. Remember said there would never be another DMX?
Yeah.
Somebody just put Ja Rule in the comments.
J Blood.
What about Ja?
Now, what the fuck, J Blood?
He was the fake DMX. Until he started singing.
But at that time, that was the shit, and he found a niche and ran with it until 50 came along and just crushed his whole career.
And we liked it though. Everybody liked Ja Rule. Everybody liked
J-Lo
it.
doing their little thing. You was feeling that
Everybody
joint
liked
like
it.
that. But then 50 came along and just was destroyed. The nigga called the nigga a waster. That was it. Nigga.
They jumped him.
Yeah. Nah,
He put Eminem on him, and
it was bad. It was
lyrically,
bad business.
'cause-
You know what I mean? It was bad business. Ja
So-
Rule career's over. He just nigga. When he had a concert, didn't 50 buy out like fucking all the front
He
row
really
seats?
did.
He was petty.
And
50
look,
is King
and no
petty.
one was there.
Yes.
Like no one was in those
Yes,
seats. He
it's like
bought them so
fucked
nobody
up.
could sit there.
Terrible.
So you
50
can't-
is
He's
by
petty.
far
He's by
the
far
pettiest
the pettiest
nigga
yeah.
ever.
You can't get into it with him. He's petty. He's super petty. He's super petty. You know what I mean?
And you know the blessed thing, the white people love him. White
do.
folks like him.
They do.
So look, before you try to cancel people,
You can't put Ja Rule up there. And then Ja Rule, J Blood. I love you, boo, but that shit is straight crazy.
So-
you can't bring Ja Rule back.
Black
no.
Twitter. I was on Twitter. Black
Okay.
Twitter is trying to cancel Tyrese again.
What did Tyrese do?
Tyrese on the Verzuz put. They was mad at him because he was like, yo, if it wasn't for my mama getting drunk my whole childhood, I wouldn't know what real music was. And they was like mad at him for that, like for outing his mom to make a point. Like they just don't like Tyrese. They want to cancel him. They want to cancel Steve Harvey and
Okay, so
one other
Tyrese-
person they was trying to cancel.
Man, I think Tyrese kind of does it to himself sometimes. Sometimes he does it to himself.
He comes
right?
off corny.
Exactly. No,
I think
don't even know. You can't defend him. You can't defend the fact that he's a Capricorn. I mean, yo.
You know when somebody gets this label of being corny, it is so hard to get out of that.
I don't mind
As far as
corny.
like celebrity wise, like you think Bow Wow could ever make a comeback?
No.
No.
You think Nick Cannon would ever really be cool besides
Yes.
Wildin' Out?
Yes.
What? No.
Nick Cannon got
Negative.
a chance. He got a chance.
Negative.
He got a chance.
So. I don't think so.
He got a chance.
Yo, when you see him, you're gonna think of Wildin' Out. You're not gonna take him seriously.
He got a chance.
Then like Tyrese, like
Tyrese.
Look here.
take away Fast and the Furious. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else? What do you got?
He can.
You better drop an album.
He screwed himself though with that whole the
Beef with
temper
The Rock?
tantrums. He screwed himself. But
When was his last album?
Black Rose or whatever that was.
And how long ago was that?
It wasn't very long ago because I was jamming.
And
to
how
that
well
joint.
did it do?
It did well until he started his bullshit. Like his mouth get him in trouble.
Yeah, you got him beef with The Rock.
Like I said, he does it to himself.
Nick Cannon get a chance. I don't care what y'all say.
I don't think so.
You
Nick
tripping.
don't have a chance. Nick knows how to get to the bag. Let's talk about that.
Oh, he's a
Nick
hell of a
knows how to
businessman.
he knows how to get to the bag, and he rides his lane and he gets his bag. He knows hip hop is not his lane that he can jump out in.
He don't
Nick
know.
Cannon has him
He
in
doesn't
closest
know
drum
that.
line.
Listen, what I'm trying to say, if you want to put surface,
One band, one sound.
if you want to put surface, y'all want to do surface like seeing a person, but behind the scenes, Nick Cannon, he's
a businessman.
He's just corny on screen.
he can redeem himself.
No, I don't see it happen.
I think he's like every person that has like all the Wild 'N Out cast, people, comedians and stuff like that. They all back him. They say he dope, he OG, all that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just think he corny on TV. Like
Tweety
he tries
said
too
that,
hard.
bro. He is corny, but ain't nothing wrong with corny. I know
It's
corny
hard to
people.
lose it.
You're
Yo,
corny.
it's
I
so
know.
he's got Wildin'
I
Out.
am.
He's got Wildin' Out. That's his lane, and he's been running that lane for the longest. He's going to continue to run that lane. I don't see him back in. I don't see him coming back and jumping in the hip hop game. I don't see it.
Yeah, he just needs to quit music.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
That's
he was
what
a
made it
gigolo.
corny.
Y'all horse.
The music
he was a gigolo.
y'all
He got all the hoes.
y'all
remember?
horse.
For R. Kelly back him up.
Nigga, that's all. Really?
Y'all
Really?
horse.
Name. Okay, so here's what
There's
I
some
need you to
people
do.
like Shaq
Name
who
me
try to
at
put an
least-
album out. You see
It went
Kobe Bryant try to
platinum.
put
Look,
one.
because
Why
he's
though?
Shaq.
Shaq can rap.
You know what I mean? Yo, name me
outstanding.
two songs
Come on, that's dope.
from Nick Cannon's album. Can somebody name me two songs? Don't Google that shit.
Without saying
I don't
Gigolo.
know.
You
I
can't
don't
say
know.
Gigolo. Gigolo's
That's
off the
R.
roof.
Kelly song anyway. So
You know
why
what I
without
mean?
saying
Without
Gigolo?
Googling it, how many of y'all had Nick Cannon in the rotation?
Y'all think
wanna know.
no? So y'all think that Nick Cannon has no probable way of ever becoming relevant again on screen or otherwise,
He would have to drop-
except for Wild 'N Out.
He would have to drop a dope ass movie. A movie would be the only
It's
thing that
in
brings
him.
him back.
He is in him.
He's not thinking of that right now. He's not. I don't see him thinking of that, man. I think he likes the lane he's in. He's making money behind the scenes.
So why
being a
y'all
businessman.
canceling him then?
You know what I mean? I'm just not
Oh
saying.
yeah, I forgot. So Tweety just put Tyrese fucked up. You remember the group Tank, Tyrese
Yeah.
and Genuine?
Yeah. See, that's your boy.
When Dr. Dre got the Beats by Headphones deal,
Yeah.
his dumb ass went live and almost fucked the whole deal
And-
up.
and went
It would've been-
live. Yeah, like
it's his mouth. He does it to himself. Yo.
I
mean,
agree.
like, yo.
I agree with Tyrese. I agree with that. He could do some dope soundtracks though.
Cool.
Like Tyrese, if you put him on a soundtrack, I will.
But
He could definitely sing.
Okay, I'm not taking that from him, but I'm thinking that he's done enough damage to himself right now that people are just gonna be like, man, fuck this dude. He's
No,
gonna do
if we
some
don't
stupid-
have to see you speak what you're speaking, but if I give you some lyrics or a song to sing, I'll fuck with you. I just don't want to hear what you got to say. The same thing I don't want to hear what Stacey Jazz got to say. I don't hear shit
Who?
that bitch got to say.
Who, Stacey?
Stacey Dash.
she's
I
trying
don't
to
want to
come
hear
back.
shit that bitch got to say. But if she in a movie,
bitch is loaded.
she's excellent. Like, I don't mind. I'll watch the shit, but I don't want to hear you talk your thoughts. I don't want to hear Tyrese
Nah,
speak.
that bitch is crazy.
So
Personally.
the black community can't take her. We're not taking her back.
No, she can't sit with us no
Why
more.
we can't take her back?
It's over.
You would take Tyrese
There's
back?
nothing she can do.
Would you know? Would you take Tyrese back?
Yes. He's my Capricorn brother.
Yeah,
Like, I got to.
You gotta stop being partial to the Capricorn.
I
King.
can't help
If they're a
myself.
cornball, they're a cornball. That's just what it is, man. Look, nah.
I
yo.
can't help myself. So okay. So look, so let's bring it to our level.
Okay.
Your uncle, your mama decides they want to start smoking crack. They fuck up shit. It's just over for you and your mama.
I'm gonna try to give her the best hope I can get.
Yeah, man.
It's just over for you and your daddy. If he
gotta
just
go to
decide
rehab.
he picked up. Okay, she went to go to rehab. Come back out, she's still fucking up.
Okay, so but I'm
You
gonna give my
canceling
dad
moms
the benefit
and
of
your
the doubt.
daddy now?
I'm gonna give my daddy. Let's like I said, I'm gonna get him the best help he can get. You know what I mean? And get him back because I know the potential of a man he is. You know what I
And
mean?
then you get him back, and he on his own again, and then he fucking up again, which
That's
is
like
what
the DMX.
and
That's like
Tyrese.
DMX.
That's what I'm saying. But y'all want to cancel these people and say they don't have a chance. But these are y'all families. Yeah, I'm
mean,
talking about you. I'm
Tyrese
bringing
ain't
it.
my damn family.
No.
I done
I'm
kicked
bringing
his
it.
ass.
I'm bringing it to
Like,
family level.
Okay,
I'm bringing it to
okay,
family
okay.
level.
I mean, just don't. If my PS5 start coming up missing, then
It's coming. It's gonna come up.
got problems then,
She's
bro.
gonna sell
Yo.
that shit.
Nah.
You know she's gonna sell that shit.
Nah. You know what I mean? First of all, daddy ain't living with me.
you fighting for your parents to the end, like you. Or when is that line?
When do you? Yeah, that's a good question.
When
When do you draw that line with your parents and you be like, yo, enough is enough? I got. Yeah, and it doesn't matter. Not only your parents, like your siblings or something like that. Where do you
have
just draw
siblings
the?
that
okay, but where it gets to a point where you like, yo, I can't go no more. This is enough for me. I gotta get off this ride.
Very early in the game. I'm not alone. Look, I'm loyal, but I'm only loyal to you as you are. To yourself. If I am loyal to you, more loyal to you than you are yourself, that's stupid as shit. I will support you all I can, but if your choice of drug is cracking and you want to go down these roads, you want to sell shit and you out here and everybody else know that you doing that shit, live your life, bro. My sister, I love my sister dearly. I do not talk to her. And she's been on that drug probably 20 years.
Damn.
And yes, and the damage that she has done
She's about to retire off of this guy.
and
Yo,
look,
I'm
I'm thinking
Hall
that
of
she's
Fame.
clean
Yeah,
until
man.
I hear people, my siblings or my family like, nah, she's still out. Are you kidding me? So to me, I just don't like, bruh, and I really don't want to see you. I really don't want to come and have you steal from me because I'm going.
If the person never hit rock bottom, then you know what I mean. If they never hit rock bottom and they still being enabled, then you can see somebody having that long ass stretch, 20 years of getting high in the streets. The person never got tired. You know what I mean? They're not tired. You know, they still chasing that high, yo. That joint is, addiction is a serious, is crazy, man. Addiction takes you to some crazy places.
Because you change your chemicals. You change the way your brain is set up. And the same way that you did that, you got to undo it. But to me, if I don't know people's rock bottom because it's all relative and it's different. You know what I'm saying? She is divorced now. I don't know, that wasn't it. She, couldn't see some of her kids, and I'm trying not to put all her business in the street, but a lot of shit took place. And for real, I guess that was the escape. Oh, I ain't got that? Bet. I know I always got this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I cannot rock with you. I love you, but I love you way over here.
Okay.
I don't want to be, I don't want to see her.
I think besides my parents and my immediate family, I'll probably be out the game early too. But as far as like my sister, my parents and stuff like that, I will fight. But it will get to a point I'm like, listen.
Okay, so
once I realize you ain't gonna get it, I can't put that stress on my life because I'm gonna end up smoking the same crack you smoking, and we just gonna be looking at each other.
Well, nah, I ain't doing that.
I'm just being funny.
So I'm gonna say this, and this is real shit. My baby sister, you know what I mean? She has a substance abuse problem, right? And I'm finally at the point now. If you fuck up again, don't call me. I'm done.
Keyword again.
I'm done. You know what I mean? And it's been multiple times. You know what I mean? And it's multiple times. And we see the triggers and we telling you what the triggers are. And you rather listen to this other problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that will get you to, and you're weak enough to fall and want to do it and get high. But you know what I mean? You don't have no regard for your son. You know what I mean? And I think right there, that when you have a child, that's where you need to be like, and this is just my thinking, that's where you need to be like, damn, man, I got my kid, man. I can't be doing this shit because, he's witnessing all of this and I'm putting him through all this. And some people just don't see that. They just want to get high and party. And
well, that's why you don't try it in the first place. Like, ain't nothing about crack that made me feel like I was being invincible because I seen people selling flower pot dirt. Okay, I seen people try to sell me some flower pot dirt. Like the dude was like had a pot with flower dirt in it, right? And he was like, they sold separately. Unless you got something to put this dirt in. I was like, what? I was gonna buy the pot.
Look, they gotta find ways to make that money and get themselves together.
They find all the deodorant and
and shower gel
and toothbrush and toothpaste. They can get your accessories.
I mean, at the end of the day, I can also speak from experience. Like, I shout out to my dad. You know what I mean? Back in the days, my dad had a substance abuse problem. He was an alcoholic, and he's been clean now for over 20 some odd years. He's been clean. So you know what I mean? Like when we and him first hooked up, when we first met each other, hooked up, he got clean. Right after that, he got clean.
Well, he's a strong man.
He's been clean ever since then. He don't even think about it. Like, we be out places, me and my sister be out with him somewhere, and he'd be like, go ahead, man, I'll buy y'all a drink. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I still feel weird like drinking around him and shit like that. But it doesn't bother him. You know what I mean? And it's I think at the end of the day, it's willpower. It's also willpower too.
You just see people dying and losing things. Like that's how I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, ain't nothing about this drug that I want to try if motherfuckers is selling their ass for it.
Well, you know, at that state, you got no money. You got to figure out some type of way to get it, and nigga will trick you out and be like, "Yo, you give me some pussy, I'll give you some drugs."
Supply.
There you go.
Not to mention, they said the high only lasts 8 minutes.
That's the killer part.
No, thank you.
But it's not
That's
the
the
high. It's not the. It's the euphoria you get from when you first take that hit. The first time they hit it, that's what bags them,
chasing it.
and they are constantly chasing. That's why you hear them saying they chasing the dragon because they constantly chasing that shit.
8 minutes. I don't like nothing in 8 minutes.
Hey, listen, them niggas is out there.
Look, I can't get nothing in 8 minutes.
Here's the thing. Do you really see crackheads anymore?
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Where do you get crack?
Yeah, go down New York Avenue, right by North
You know what I mean?
Avenue.
Because back in the days, you could see a crackhead. You could get a crackhead to do almost anything. You take him a couple fucking rocks, and this nigga will do anything. This nigga will bring you the whole fucking supermarket. He'll bring you the whole store. He'll clean your car. He'll do all that shit. You can't find them motherfuckers no more.
they
You go in the
bougie
city,
now.
they be dope fiend leaning up in the city. sitting on the
dope
corner.
fiend.
That's different than
That's
crack.
completely different. That's completely different.
That's different.
That's you know what I mean. That's yeah. Dope is like, yo, that shit is fucked up. I've seen that shit. Ugh.
Crackheads are bougie. Like they want the same price as the shit that they sell in the store for now. Like you could just give them a couple dollars, and they want. Look, I stole this, and it was $9. Let me get $9.
Nigga, I could have just, and you know why that's not gonna work? I was gonna get it myself. Fuck you, nigga. What the fuck? You keep it, nigga.
Your dumb ass.
You know. But you know that's just what it is. They say Tweety was like, "Yo, Facebook don't like y'all today."
They pausing y'all conversations again. I knew
they
it.
hating on us. They hating on us, man. Yo, just download the app for real, for real. You know what I mean? If y'all struggling with it, just download the app, man. The app was,
or go to it because y'all already got it downloaded. We know that.
Yeah, it works. It works now.
We know they already got it downloaded. So
you know what I mean? So
we've been telling them that.
Jump
for
over there.
years.
We just can't see your comments over there. We just can't see your comments. That's the only problem.
That's
with that.
that's the sucky part.
You know. Yeah, I know.
I got a question for y'all.
What up, though?
Do y'all think that cop gonna walk that killed George Floyd?
They've made this trial about George Floyd getting high so far, and not the action at hand. Oh, she's sipping her tea. Do I feel like the cop is going to walk? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'm gonna say it just. I'm gonna leave it like that. I wouldn't be surprised at this stage of the game. I wouldn't be. Kiki, clean
Walk?
throat.
No. Get charged with. Convicted of the charges. No. Something's gonna happen. It just ain't gonna be what we want. I don't think he's gonna walk. But I think that he ain't getting these charges. They ain't gonna stick.
So I have a question. So should all was it five? It was 5 officers, right?
Yeah.
Should all 5 of them get the same treatment, or do you think all 5 officers will get the same treatment? Is what I meant to say.
The sad part about it is, I think the officer that killed George Floyd, we want life. The people he's not going to get that.
No.
It's very, very rare a police officer gets that. But I think what you said, like they're gonna, a lot of those charges are going to get dismissed, and he'll probably get like.
Or what'll happen is they'll break him down.
Break
They'll break him down to something lesser. He'll plea out to a lesser charge or something like that, or they'll convict him of a lesser charge.
Because what tends to happen, and what I find happens is when you have these court cases, right, and it's long and drawn out. So day 1 be hype, everybody be super hype and this and that. They hit all or whatever, but day 2, 3, 4, 5 through 26 is about his past. Yeah. And that's the thing that sticks. The last thing that you hear, they now have victimized the victim.
But that's what they were doing. That's what I was saying.
George Floyd is on trial.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what they did.
Instead of Chauvin.
And the thing was, it wasn't about what George Floyd was doing. We're at this trial because you killed this man. Yeah. You know. So to be honest with you, I think he gets manslaughter. He gets manslaughter, maybe 5 to 10. He'll be out in like
that's
and
it's gonna be the female cop that went into the
and
it's gonna be involuntary. It ain't gonna be voluntary. It's gonna be involuntary.
Yeah, well, you know,
Which is even less.
It's gonna be just like that female officer that ran in and killed the dude inside his
house. You know, those little girls that did all that carjacking, they so far have only been charged with carjacking. That's it. One of the officers came into the shop the other day. He was like, "Yo, they charging these chicks with carjacking." Like, and I do know that carjacking can carry a dub. You know what I'm saying? But he said they're young. They're 13 and 15. And chances are
they're gonna be. Don't do that again, and then let him go. And,
you're gonna be dying. Easter eggs.
You're gonna have to. There'll be an outcry. Then it would be an outcry from the public that you just, and it's right now you can see it split because some people are like they're just kids, and but they took a man's life. Slim, you took somebody's life. I think fair is fair. You should be punished, tried as an adult because what you did was an adult thing. You know what I mean? And you tried as an adult. And if you get that 4-letter word. Nigga, they don't mean get out when you like 21 or something like that. Or
that's exactly what that means. Because you got to understand what life really means. And then you got to give these kids the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't have to, but people will. Like, they go to jail and let's say for instance they get a dub, right? And they're 13 now. And then 8 years from now, you're 15. Is that right?
No.
What?
18. No, 13 and 5. No, 8 years from now. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's like 21.
Right.
21.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? 8 years from now, it's 21.
It's 21. You're a different person. And then guess what? You get good behavior. These kids are going in here and they doing the right thing and blah, blah, blah. And then perhaps they may even out whoever put them up to do the shit or who taught them how to do it. So you get breaks. You don't think them getting no breaks?
I don't see these kids because we got at right now, at this stage right now, they're still young kids, and that snitching thing. I don't see them snitching. And, I mean, I know their families like, yo, if whoever's got you up to this, and your family, your moms and dads is probably telling you like, yo, listen, man, you need to go ahead but that code, that honor code, like I don't want to snitch. And I don't
you got a code. You got a code at 13 when you kill a person and you jump out the car talking about my phone.
So if you had a choice and you was the DEA, okay. you going for? Are you going for the conviction of the girls that actually killed a man, or are you going to worry about the ringleader?
Oh, you want as a DA, you're going to want the fucking conviction.
That's what
for the girls. You're going to want the conviction.
That's what I said.
They're going to want the conviction. The conviction is all they really want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if they can get the bigger fish, okay, cool. But they still going to get that conviction right there. And if they can't get the bigger fish, they'll take the conviction because it's a conviction. Yo, you got these dangerous little girls off the street.
Is it a conviction though when you kill someone and you're settling for carjacking? Like, is that a conviction? And then guess what? Say for instance they go sit down and then whoever else they have underneath their thumb it happens again. You think the DEA still wants this conviction, or do they want the person that's turning these joints out? If
the people aren't talking about it, or they ain't giving up no names, what can you really do? What can you really do? You know what I mean? Are you going to try to go after somebody that you have no information on, nobody's telling you anything, and you're just going to go after this person that you have no clue about? Or are you going to convict and throw the book at these two little girls? I hopefully that's what they do, but I don't know if that will be the case or not.
Yeah.
If you didn't charge them with the homicide by now, you know what I mean, then come on, man.
I think
what are you waiting on?
They don't want to. It's like harsh.
Because they're kids, and this is what I said. These kids can get away with murder.
Literally and figuratively.
That's what it is. You know what I mean? Take some of these rights away from these kids. Let it be known that you can get your ass whooped. You know what I mean?
No, that's not evolutionary.
Shit.
Ain't that right? That's not evolution to do so.
Oh, that's what white man was saying. That's what
y'all
should, I see what you're trying to do over there. Pew! Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. Look. The evil eye.
I feel crossfire.
Look, he backed off. Let me get out of the way. I mean, at this case, we need to do something because the current laws and the current way that they have things set up for these kids is not working. White man, do you have a better plan?
Of course he does.
I'm just wow. Yeah, like,
thanks for asking him that.
A hostility. I mean, I'm just asking. Is it a better plan because our barbaric ways of being raised were not correct? So, is there a better way of doing it today?
Damn, spotlight.
As of right now, These laws is very complex, and it keeps getting muddled more and more every time. So ever since, if you remember that young kid back in the, I would say in the mid 80s, he quote unquote divorced his parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
That went down. That's where it began. That was the beginning of the end of where parents had full control of their children.
Lost full control.
Lost it because again the laws allowed it because they felt like so, we need to give this kid chance to things like that. In this case scenario, I feel, hold on, I'm not agreeing with you. And in this case scenario, I think it's high time we stop. If a teenager, I mean someone below the age of 18, commits a actual multi-murder crime, what these two young girls did, here's my evolutional thing: try them as an adult. Enough of this, they're juveniles. Enough of this stuff. This is like, look, if they are going to do adult things, do adult time.
It's consequences.
I'm sorry, because no more sugarcoating. You can't keep sugarcoating this stuff because they're going to keep doing more and more aggressive things. And if they knew the law, especially those who've been in and out of juvie and all that stuff, they know everything. They know the law. They know the game. It has to get to the point where you gotta, unfortunately, have to do the real hard time. I mean, if they're not going to learn it then I'm sorry.
I think if even getting out at 21, that shouldn't be nah, Slim. If you get sentenced to 30, 40 years, you got to do that 30, 40 years, whatever it is. Because they know that.
But then here's the thing where, again, we have to evolve the judicial system, and also especially the correctional system. Somehow that you can't put them in jail, be with a whole bunch of criminals and all that stuff, and then sort of like leave them be. You have to, at some point in time, rehabilitate these people and make them fully understand. And I understand that they're stubborn, they're whatever you want to blame, the living conditions they were in, the situations they were in, whatever. At some point in time, again, the correctional system has to evolve.
Let's evolve and change the name to a correctional system because ain't nobody getting corrected.
Right.
That's one.
Facts.
I actually agree with you. You remember years ago, in Florida, it was like early 2000s. In Florida, the little kid was watching, I think he was either babysitting a kid or it was his little brother. And he performed a wrestling move, little black boy. And he did he looked like The Rock. He did the people's elbow on that little kid.
You got a call? Okay.
And they tried him as an adult for killing that kid.
He did.
So just because he wanted to be Hulk Hogan compared to these girls wanted to do Grand Theft Auto, and we trying to give them lenience, like no
I don't
fuck
think so.
that.
What's the word?
Leniency.
I was like, what's the word?
Yeah, no, I know what you do. You be word fishes. Nah.
What's up, caller?
What's up, caller? Who we talking
Oh,
to?
the killer and the bee over here.
What up? It's Funny Joey. How y'all doing?
Hey,
What up,
Funny Joey.
What's
What up,
happening, brother?
though?
What up, though?
No, I know I'm late and everything, but I definitely wanted to talk about it. Have y'all talked about and like kind of know about this Asian hate trip going on right now?
Yeah, we needed to talk. I didn't get a chance.
We did touch on that, but if you want to segue,
go right ahead, brother.
No. So I'm vaguely like just hitting on it. It doesn't matter. Creamy. Yeah. I'm sorry. Wife was asking me a question.
All right, Flo.
Flo.
She didn't hear you. I got the AirPods on.
Okay,
For privacy purposes. But just basically talking about it. I didn't really see the tweet that Clayton Davis did about, Agent Slur. But my thing is, and trust me, y'all know I'm the most diverse devil's advocate, think of all sides, no matter what the situation dictates. They talk about, so it all started when my president, President Trump, called it the China virus, the China disease.
Yes.
And this hatred for ignorant Americans, no matter the color, ignorant Americans say, okay, we're going to listen to this man. We will follow him off a cliff, everything. And all right, it's Chinese people's fault. we already all biased because we say Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Korean, all looking like this, that, and the third or whatever.
Right.
But I can understand why people would say, okay, all right, we're talking about this Asian hate nowadays, but we still don't bring up about Black lives. Because at the end of the day, I'm a black man, and I'm going to always bring up Black lives.
Okay.
Asian people aren't getting hung. Jim Crow law just ended in 1970 when black people couldn't do stuff, and it was in the Constitution that we couldn't do stuff. So why all this sensitivity about, all right, something was said, we're blaming COVID on, China and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, people going to feel how they want to feel. And why are we still not talking about Black lives or whatever, but now we're talking about this Asian, and that's taking platform. I'm going to let y'all talk.
All right, I'm going to talk. I'm going to say this. One, I'm a full-on advocate of this situation where I'm sick and tired of people going after other people for something they have nothing to do with. Secondly, they've been going after older Asian people. These are grandparents. That makes no damn sense. I mean, these people have absolutely no reason to be hit on out of the blue. This is ridiculous. My main thing is it's not about whatever movement, what's not being talked about. It's the point where it's like, this shit needs to stop, period. It doesn't matter what color anymore. It's time that we have to join together, try to get over this hump of the COVID situation and try to get this country back on a somewhat normal plane. I'm so sick and tired of trying to find what movement needs to be in the media light when really it's like, look, you got people beating up people for no damn reason. Point blank. And that's all I'm going to say.
Well, I'm going to get on my Willie D moment. I think the slogan is covering up the bullshit. I understand the slogan and everybody's posting it because a lot of times people just post shit just to post it. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know the story behind it. They just put the shit up there because it sounds good or it's trendy. Fuck that. What's the common denominator? We say black, they don't give a fuck about, they ain't care about Black Lives Matter. We don't care about Asians. We don't care about other minority Mexicans. What is the common denominator of the hate? I'm going to say it. White people. Racist white people. Not all white people. Racist white people. That is the common denominator. Fuck the bullshit slogan. Call these motherfuckers out. Point blank. That's the problem. It ain't black people running up in a goddamn nail shop shooting Asian people. They got to get their nails done.
Please.
We are the number one supplier and funder of their business.
Facts.
So it's just cut the bullshit. Like I'm starting to get tired of Black Lives Matter. Before I get quoted on that, I'm getting tired of the slogan Black Lives Matter. I'm getting tired of all these fucking slogans because we end up grouping shit together that don't need to be grouped together, and we cover up the bullshit. Yeah, America don't give a fuck about black people, but when was Asians in power to give us black people power? Never. Everybody has their own struggle. I know Spanish people that's going through some wild shit right now too. Mexicans and Spanish people. So that's hit the common denominator, man.
Okay, so but Asian people are racist too. Let's not talk about that. Asian people are racist too.
We all are racist. We all have some.
I mean?
I don't even want to say racist. We all have this prejudice bone in our body. We all walked into an airport and seen a Muslim, someone walked in and be like, "Oh shit."
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
We all say white people talk like this, or we as black people we shit on our own kind, niggas and black people. That's the most famous skit of Chris Rock. You got niggas and you got black people. We talk about our own kind.
Yeah.
Everybody has some type of prejudice in it. But when it gets to the point of hating somebody for just their color, their race, and there's no reasoning behind it, then that's when we get to the racist part of it and the terrorist part of it.
Well,
and
that's all it is right now. That's just a racism and terrorism. I agree with you there. You know what I mean? But Asian people weren't like Joey said, for 500 years, black people were getting beat. For 500 years and was enslaved. Asians did have that type of problem. You know what I mean? I feel bad because it's old people getting beat up. You know what I mean?
that.
Do I feel bad that they're getting their asses whooped? I ain't got nothing to say about that. You know what I mean? Because I got to look at my own brothers and sisters first and what they went through, the people went through before I was even thought about. You know what I mean? And what we went through as a people and what we still go through as a people. And now we're making a big deal because a couple of Asians got their ass whipped. And like I said, it's a bad thing because they were older Asian people. Now, if it was some young dudes, go out there, whoop on the young dudes. Don't beat up the old people. You know what I mean? I think like old people should get a pass. You know what I mean? Regardless, they should get a pass.
See, this is the thing. Funny Joe, he put, because I guess he's talking about the nail salon. He said that wasn't Asian hate. That was he wanted some pussy and not a hand job. But guess what? This is when this.
Look at white man. Look at white man.
No, this is a prime example. This is why the slogan is bullshit. Prejudice. Because the slogan covered up the fucking story.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's all they're going with is the slogan. That's all they're going with. So
that's why sometimes a slogan and a trendy social media, sometimes it does two things. It brings awareness, and it desensitizes the issue. Yeah. And that's my whole point about it. Like, at the end of the day, if anybody can walk down the street and get punched in the fucking face, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's fucked up. And what's wrong with us? What's wrong with people saying, damn, that's fucked up? But I'm still supporting my own. I'm still supporting my people. I still know our struggle because I live in our struggle. Exactly. My family goes through that struggle, so I have a more personal experience for it. So I will be more emotionally attached to my own struggle. But if I do see something fucked up, I'm going to say that shit fucked up.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to be like, damn, that shit is fucked up. But I'm not going to give it no more thought than that. I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm going to definitely keep it moving. You know what I mean? Not just, I have more. I worry about my people. I worry, like you said, I worry more about my family and the struggles that we go through. I worry about my son, my black son. You know what I mean? As becoming a black man and the struggles that he's going to go through. You know what I mean? That's what I worry about. Now, Asians, I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe, like you said, it's an ignorant person that got that ignited the flame underneath this. An ignorant person did this. And the stupid followers that he has, you know what I mean, are just running off at it. And yeah, it's sad that the true story behind things is getting covered up because now you're saying it's just this group of people, it's Asian people getting beat up, and I'm tired of it. Every day you hear it.
He said our old black people got their asses whooped too, which is true. Like we all can identify with that. But I wanted to say this because in the light of evolution, I think, because I'm going to agree with you, like I think that we should be able to divide our support because I don't care. You can look at any news coverage or any picture or any pictorial or any depiction of Black Lives Matter, and there were yellow, brown, black, purple, green people that was supporting Black Lives Matter. There was Asians there too. Like, I'm not saying that some Asians are whatever, because they are, but so are we. But there was support from any and every race. Like, we had a platform, and a lot of people got on board, and they did that. I don't understand why we just can't divide it. One thing shouldn't trump the next, because it doesn't. I feel, and this is probably like the worst thing I ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like people were kind of getting a sense of what we all have endured forever.
Exactly.
And if you want us to support your cause, you definitely got to support ours because ours is long standing. It's long standing. Now, where I'm agreeing with Batman, where I'm agreeing with white man is it is wrong. I don't care what color people were to beat on old people. That shit is dirty and it's wrong. Yeah. They happen to be Asian, so let's talk about it. But that old people are off limits, Joe. Old people are kids.
That's how I feel. I feel that old people are off limits. If you got to knock out an old person or whoop
you
an old person,
shitty motherfucker.
Yeah, you deserve everything. You know what I mean? That you deserve to stand there and let people rock you to death. I mean, that's just my thing. I think if you think that's cruel, what I'm saying is cruel to punch an old person in his face. Like, really? What the fuck? You know?
He said people don't give a fuck. It doesn't concern them. And honestly, I want to change that. That's where the evolution part comes in. To me, is like, guess what? You have to care because honestly, it could be you next again. It could just circle back around, and then we looking around, we waiting for somebody to come and support us. It's going to circle back. Mm-hmm. So really, a message to Asians. It happened to y'all. Just let all this stuff light your light a little bit and say we need to help people. Instead of you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. I mean,
it's gotta be a light. Oh my God.
But here's the question. It's gotta be a light, but 9 times out of 10 it probably won't be a light.
Well, I don't know with this because you want me to have this slogan, you want me to jump out here, you want me to do a whole bunch behind you when that's not done, and you have to really look at yourself and see some people will change their shit. I thought that Black Lives Matter I thought when people were jumping on board with that, it pleased me to see people that just wasn't black. You know what I'm saying? Really, honestly, because they had no skin in the game to take their white asses down there and march. They had no skin in the game. Okay. And people who weren't on, they were really trying to get the people to be on. So I feel like, I don't know, I'm positive about shit. I try to be positive. I'm hoping that you understand that it can be your ass.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, also like you said earlier, the common denominator. So do we start attacking them?
Huh?
Do we start attacking the common denominator of of everything that we're experiencing, us and the Asian people, just people in general?
We won't, but you should.
I think we should. I'm not telling you to go out there and start like killing white people. No, we're not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying.
You want to call out Steve Harvey? Call out that motherfucker you work with that you knew went over there and hit that Asian man in the head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Roll over on some of these fools.
At this stage of the game, I mean, we need to start attacking. They need to. But the sad part about it is, even if you go at them, their white privilege is so strong, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter.
So that's where don't give a fuck comes into play. Like, why even try? Why even say why? Yeah. Why even do anything?
But you have to. At some point, you have to. But I'm not saying go kill white people.
Please
not saying that.
No one on here said that. I'm going to say it too. That is not what he's saying. He is not saying to go and kill white people.
Well, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No.
The problem is, I mean,
he's a guest of the show.
Say common
he's a guest of the show. Anything that he says,
you can't identify who the common denominator is until they do some common denominator action. And then that's when you have to defend yourself. But until then, we are not saying go out there and attack white people.
No, we're not saying that. But if it came to that,
I'm just working behind the scenes.
If it came to that, you know what I mean? If it came to that,
I mean, let's think end game here.
Okay.
Say if we did go out there and start whooping the shit out of white people, right?
No one's doing that though.
But no one's doing this. Is just what if?
Yeah, this is a hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
What would we win?
Nothing. It'd be a race
Absolutely
war.
nothing.
They would just do what they want to do. No, we would.
We would take the most major L in the world because it wouldn't be smart.
And it would arm them with whatever they need to just do what they want to do anyway.
We was right all along.
Yeah.
So you never want to get somebody wrong. Never get somebody wrong.
Upper hand
and ammo.
So at this point, there's nothing really we can do. We just got to sit back and just deal with the bullshit.
No, you defend your goddamn self.
Yeah.
You could defend yourself.
Well,
now, if you hit my grandmama,
if you're attacking old people, like an old person can't really defend themselves. You notice
that motherfucker that's standing right next to the old lady need to.
Yeah, because I don't want to get involved. I didn't see nothing. I don't want to get involved. That's not my fight. Yeah, that's what they're quick to do. They quick to record the shit though. They'll record the shit.
I'm her granddaughter. Watch us work.
If you see, if you were to see a person that attacked your grandmother and you found out who they were. How would you move forward? How would you deal with that moving forward?
The same way you would.
We're not saying that we would go out and kill anybody. We're just saying that we would choose to deal with it
accordingly.
There you go. Don't go out and hurt white people.
Don't go out and hurt nobody.
I don't even think that's a color thing.
Don't even go out and hurt nobody. Like, period. But if you even your grandmama. If y'all knew what it was and you was talking about it, I would feel a way. I would feel compelled to want to join in on a who ride. Like, let's go.
Both my grandmothers are gone. So
mine are too. May they rest in peace eternally.
And so, but still, I got aunts and uncles that are senior citizens now. And that's the same thing. If you went after my aunt, my aunt Marilyn's almost 80 something years old. She's in her late 80s. I mean, what the fuck? Why would you want to attack somebody like that?
Well, no, that's all they see is what they see.
Joey, we'd like to have you on the show one day, but we're tuning in. I'm sorry for my tardiness today. Traffic in the DMV has been awful for like the last 2 weeks. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know where all you people are coming from, but you need to go the fuck home and stay your asses there. Shit.
The world is the world open?
It seems like it. It fucking seems like it.
Is the world open? What has changed? So
Okay.
you got the vaccine.
And niggas, that's what it is. They out. I mean, the traffic is.
But everybody say they ain't taking the vaccine though. So
But there's millions and millions of people taking this shit.
Do what you want. Take it or don't take it. We don't care. It's
Don't do it.
it's 6:54. We out of here.
We out of here.
See y'all next week.
Oh my God.
We are Ripped Radio Network.